protection here to stay. On your path, the truth unfolds. Guides will whisper, stories told. Let your journey now begin. In the magic, let's dive in. So tell me, what do the cards reveal? What's the truth they conceal? She's the high priestess with the key to every question that's haunting me. A lover's heart or a warning from the past. In the terror's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place. In the tarot's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place. The moonlight glows, the veil is thin. Lunar affinity will call again. Thanks for walking in the light, where guides whisper pure insight. Until we meet, the cards will wait. Mystic whispers guide your fate. With every message our spirits send, for cosmic dreams our souls transcend. Hello everyone, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Hey Bake, hey Amy, hey Mature. I'm doing good, Amy. Hopefully you are too. Just really tired over here. It's been a very long week for me, and I know this is technically a new week because it's Monday, but my life started getting really hectic last Monday, so this past week was just a lot. So I'm just honestly really tired, but otherwise doing really good. So guys, welcome back. I know it's been a minute since I've been here doing free readings. I was doing offline readings this week. I also went live. I think it was on Friday. I wasn't doing free though. So it's been a while since I've done some free questions. If ever you're missing me or wondering where I am, check over on Instagram. A lot of times I have updates over there. And sometimes I'm on TikTok if I'm not over here. So you might have to come find me. All right, let's get some free questions done. Please make sure you are liking the live stream. If you dropped a yes or no question, please consider liking. It is essentially like an exchange of energy, and basically consider this your payment to me to do your question. All right, this is for Sophie. I have a no for Sophie, 4 of Cups. Britt says, I was going to ask why you sound tired, but I already heard how you're doing. Yeah. Yep. I might sound sleepy, honestly, for a while. Life has just been lifing lately. But I'm trying to stay on top of it. You're welcome, Sophie. All right. So this is for Mature.
Yes, Ace of Swords for mature. You did make the best decision for your highest self, Daisha. The High Priestess, it looks like you trusted your inner knowing, even with uncertainty. Two of Swords, this was the best decision for you. Margaret, I'm getting a no, the Hermit. You're welcome, mature. Hey, Asan, how are you? You're welcome, Daisha. I am getting a yes for your question, Amy. Temperance and Wheel of Fortune. This is for Bake. Just a couple more minutes left of the free list, guys. Make sure you guys are getting your questions in if you have them. This is for Bake. Yes, Page of Wands. Donations are also open right now. I went live last minute, so we don't have any pre-orders, which means that you guys won't have to wait too long tonight if you get those donations in now. All right, this is for Sienna. Sienna, yes, Queen of Cups. Margaret, you're welcome. You're welcome, Amy. This is for Ritz. Yes, Page of Pentacles. Lots of pages coming through. You're welcome, Ritz. Four of Cups and Queen of Wands. Son, it doesn't seem like Anthony's mom likes to have an opinion, or at least she has one, but she doesn't necessarily like to make it known. The Four of Cups is making me feel like she's a little cautious about this. The Queen of Wands is here. That feels like she generally thinks highly of you, but I think maybe just the nature of the relationship itself concerns her in some way. Because the Four of Cups indicates like it's not happy and it's not sad, it's just indifferent. So I feel like she's just not really forming an opinion about this right now. She's feeling indifferent about it. So I wouldn't say she likes it, and I also wouldn't say she dislikes it. Yeah, you're welcome. That makes sense, Asen, because like I said, she doesn't like to make her opinion known. Joanna, I'm getting a no right now. Knight of Swords. You're welcome, Bake. You're welcome, Ritz. Gemini getting a no. 8 of Cups. Also 8 of Pentacles. Maybe he's a bit distracted this week. You're welcome, Joanna. Please make sure if you're dropping a question, you are liking the live. You're welcome, Gemini. And F. No. 5 of Wands. Pure heart. You're welcome, Anna. Pure heart, yes. Judgment. Preachy. You're welcome, Pure Heart. Preachy, yes. King of Pentacles. All right, guys, that is going to be it for the free list. If you guys are wanting to donate, make sure you go ahead and get those in and we'll get started. You're welcome, Preachy. You're very, very welcome. Good to see you again, Luna. I know, it's nice to be back. Live life the best you can. That's all you can do. I know. I know you're having a hard time, Amy, lately, but this is the best season to process your emotions. Summer is always really good. It's harder to process in the fall and the winter. So do as much work right now as you can. And don't rush your process, you know? Sometimes it can take a year or two before you get there, but what is the retrograde making you feel like? tired. Oh, I know. I know it. Yeah, especially this last week has been really tough. Like, I feel like I cannot get enough sleep. I will sleep for 8 hours and then I'll be up for 3 and then I'll be like tired again. And it's crazy too because I don't normally drink caffeine, to be honest. I usually will go like most days without it. I might have caffeine once or twice a month, but this last week I've been drinking caffeine like every day and I'm still feeling tired enough to want to take a nap. So having the motivation right now is really hard, but I know it's hitting everyone in a similar fashion just because everyone in my life is like, I just feel like I cannot get enough sleep. They're napping all the time. It's like we have plans and then it's like, I'm sorry, I cannot get it together. Like, I'm just too tired. So maybe everyone's kind of going through that right now. Preachy. I have done it once or twice. You basically just remove the major arcana and you read the cards like a minor deck would. They are I feel like I can do it, but I almost need like a cheat sheet. But as long as I have a cheat sheet to remember like hearts are cups, diamonds are pentacles, etc., etc. As long as I have like a little keyword thing, I can try to figure it out. But I just really love the major arcana. I feel like it's an important part because it signifies major life themes. So I think if you're going to use a deck of cards, it's just important that you keep in mind that those are going to be more like the details and not so much like the overarching theme of the reading. But yeah, I've done it once or twice and it seems to be accurate. I've had a couple people verify that it was accurate. No, as long as I know what card is what, then I just can read it intuitively. I mean, I'm so like advanced with tarot that I sometimes just won't even need the cards to do readings because it's really just a tool. So how I view the cards now is more like a starting point. It kind of gives me like an overarching idea of what the reading is about. But then once I get into the reading, it's like I leave the cards completely and I start tapping into my own intuition from there and start getting information as like a divine download. So it's almost like the cards, the reading itself gives me like a starting point of a sentence, it kind of gets me started, but then it kind of flows after that. So when I do cartomancy, which again is very rare, it's as long as I know what the cards are, it's not a big deal. I can kind of figure it out. And then just let my intuition take over. I think really you just have to use what you feel comfortable with, like some people like reading tea leaves, some people like reading runes, some people like the Lenormand deck, some people like automatic writing or pendulums or dowsing rods, and some people like cards, some people just channel. It really just depends on what resonates for the individual, in my opinion, but I think the information comes through just as clear. Exactly. It's definitely like a tool. You said you can tell your emotions are hitting you. Last night you fell asleep earlier and you were still so lazy to get out of bed. Yeah. I feel like I'm literally peeling myself out of bed. Um You're going to go to sleep sooner. I hope you can get some sleep. Okay. Enjoy your nighttime routine. Hopefully, you get some sleep. We'll see you later, Amy. Yeah, and like that happens a lot too, Preachy. So, I have a lot of like precognitive dreams as well that kind of give me foresight of information of things to come. My dreams are very accurate. And especially if I meditate before I go to sleep, sometimes I'll get images of things and then it kind of just goes from there. So I think really it's just whatever you feel most tapped into. If that's something your grandma's been doing, you know, her whole life or majority of the time, you will get information like that for sure. Do I meditate a lot? I go through patterns and waves. Like I'll do it for like days and weeks on end, and then I'll go months without doing it. I'm just not consistent with it. But I have had a lot of really crazy cool experiences with meditation, and it's definitely something that I would like to do more, but it's just like working out. You know, you have to be consciously making an effort to do it, and that's not always something that happens in my day. So I definitely go through periods where I hyperfixate on it and make sure I'm doing it often, and then a year goes by and I realize I haven't done it. So it just depends. But yes, I do meditate. Okay, so we got a donation from Asen. Asen, what are we doing for you? Exactly, Preachy, exactly. I think my favorite way to meditate is before bed because I'm already in a very relaxed state. It helps me to go to sleep. And I could meditate for like 10 or 15 minutes and then eventually I fall asleep. And sometimes it's like the most deep sleep that I'll ever get. But it's such a muscle. It's like it's such an intentional thing you have to do. And people just think meditating is easy. Oh, you just sit there and clear your mind, but it's not even like that. It's meditation to me is easy when you make the conscious effort to do it, but it's like remembering every day, oh yeah, I've got to do this. It's almost like remembering to take a vitamin or remembering to work out or remembering to add a supplement to your protein shake. It's like if you don't think to do it, then you'll forget. In-depth love spread. Okay. So who is your person, Asen? I'm so sorry. Who is the person you want me to do this on? I just need a name or an initial. Oh, okay. All right, Asen, I just went ahead and pulled your cards. I'm looking at the energy right now. Give me a second while I scan over what I'm seeing here. All right, so with this connection, Sen, I feel like it's really going to be important for you guys to really shake things up. I think we have to be conscious of the fact that we don't want to do the same things that we did before. We want to make sure that we're attacking things at different angles, we are approaching things differently, because what really is standing out to me is that how he feels about you is the 3 of Pentacles, and this makes me feel like he really wants to work together with you to try to navigate through this connection. But the 3 of Pentacles talks a lot about like collaboration, teamwork, working together. It also speaks to a friendship. So maybe he wants, or maybe he's looking for kind of rebuilding this from the ground up. So potentially starting slow. Maybe he's saying, like, I want to make sure that we have a good foundation here. I want to make sure that we're working together, that we're on the same page, that we want the same things. That could also indicate like not wanting to jump into completely like lustful acts without setting the foundation first. So maybe getting to know each other as friends, making sure we like each other on a personal level before we really try to dive deep into things. But from his perspective, I feel like how he's feeling about you is, I want to make this work. I want to try. I want us to work together. I also feel like in regards to his true intentions being the Empress, it feels like he wants growth here. He wants to see evolvement. The Empress is very much like mother, wife, girlfriend energy. So maybe making you that person, if you guys are not back together in an official capacity, that's something he's working towards. And if you guys are back in an official capacity, that's his acknowledgement of how he's feeling and the authenticity behind that intention. But the Empress can speak a lot to expansion. The Empress shows that there's a lot of energy here to create something bigger than the 2 of you. The Empress a lot of times represents pregnancy. So this can mean, like, if you think about someone who's pregnant, something that kind of starts as like an idea or a desire, and then it grows from there and it becomes something outside of you. So that's kind of the general intention behind him, is that he's hoping that together this can become something bigger than what it is or what it was or what has the potential to do. He wants to reach that. In regards to what you want, I have the 4 of Cups. So I think that you're looking to kind of get out of this, like, I almost feel like you're not, what is the word, satisfied right now. The 4 of Cups can sometimes talk about feeling a little bit like disappointed or feeling like a little dissatisfied. It can talk about maybe feeling like you kind of want to get the ball rolling. The 4 of Cups is basically like, yeah, this is fine, but I want it to be better. That's the energy. And I think you're just looking for maybe a little bit more reassurance or confirmation from him. What he wants, we have the Moon. So the Moon talks about the depth. It talks about the things hidden. It talks about the things that need to be communicated and brought to the surface. The Moon can hide things like insecurities. It's the things that happen in the dark. So I feel like for him, he's saying that I just want to make sure that you know how I'm feeling, and what it is that I'm wanting, and making sure that, again, you guys are both on the same page. You want to make sure, just want to make sure we're on the same page. He's been slow to verbalize his feelings, which is why I asked I like to know, but he's like, let's just take it slow and go with the flow. That makes a lot of sense because that's kind of what I was touching on in the beginning, is that it's important that you guys take this slow and rebuild this foundation, because that's where his head is at. I think, honestly, Asen, he's wanting to be more so friends with you. Not only friends ever, but this is where he wants to start. He wants to start in a place where you guys are building that very stable, secure, fresh start with one another and not just rushing into things. And that might be why I'm picking up the Four of Cups for you, because the Four of Cups can sometimes be a little nod of dissatisfaction or disappointment. Like maybe you were hoping to jump back into things yourself or hoping to have more information from him at this point, which he's not really prepared to give. In regards to strengths and weaknesses, we have Three of Cups and the Emperor. Three of Cups is a strength that indicates that you guys do enjoy spending time around one another, socializing, doing things in a social setting, spending time. This is, again, friendship as well, but making sure that you guys are enjoying yourself the whole time. So this would make me feel like you guys have a lot of fun together. And then also with the Emperor as a weakness, it can indicate that you guys do struggle with stability. You guys struggle with kind of keeping things on the ground and being consistent with that. So this might be the type of connection in the past where it was really hard to get past a certain point. Maybe you found that you were wanting more, or he was wanting more, maybe you weren't ready, or vice versa. And you guys were moving at different paces, and it was kind of scaring the other person or making the other person uncomfortable. And therefore, that could have caused other issues in the connection. And the Emperor as a weakness makes me feel like there's not a lot of stability here within this connection. And I feel like that is honestly what Anthony is wanting. Hold on one second for me, Asen. Okay, sorry, I had to respond to my husband. So in regards to that as being a weakness, I think you really could turn this around. I think that it's going to maybe require some self-discipline or self-restraint or patience or something along those lines. But here's the deal. And I still have a couple more cards to discuss, but I feel like Anthony really sees potential here with you, especially with the Empress. Okay. I feel like he's saying, I just need a minute. Like, I need us to kind of do things on a slower pace. Okay. So this might be you guys going out on a date and nothing really physical or romantic happens. It's more just a social event. It's more like, let's just spend time together and kind of really feel our way through this. What I think is the most important thing to Anthony is not repeating past mistakes and not repeating history. I think he's feeling the potential in this connection. He just wants to make sure that we're not going down the same path. That is what he said. Okay. And that is really how I feel. So I think if you can kind of get on board with that plan, I think this is going to go really well for you. But at the same time, I don't want you to neglect your needs either. If you feel like you want to move at a different pace than him and you want someone to match your pace, that may not be Anthony. You have to kind of discern for yourself what's the better outcome for you. It's confusing because in your head, because you're intimate, you do go out and lovey we're just friends. Yeah. See, he might even want to pump the brakes a little bit on the intimacy ascend right now. He battles between, and that's why I said like the lusty behavior, because I had a feeling you guys are intimate. I think that he goes into your guys' like time together going, okay, we're just going to keep this very like what is the word I'm looking? Platonic. Not platonic in the sense that he's not attracted to you, but just like we're going to just make sure that this, maybe he goes into it thinking, let's just keep it on the surface. Let's be friends in this moment. Let's just enjoy each other's company. Let's not go there. But for whatever reason, he's battling this other aspect of himself that is attracted to you. And if the opportunity presents itself, he can't help himself. Now that's on him, because if he's wanting to go slower and he gives in, and like I said, this is going to require self-discipline, self-control, and patience. And this is also on him to kind of navigate this and control this. So Sen, you can't help your feelings, but if you could say, hey buddy, you said you want to take this slow, you're not getting in my pants tonight, you can set that boundary, and maybe that will help shift things for you guys. But for him, if you're not controlling it and he's not controlling it, it's going to happen. But the problem is that I don't think he goes into your time together thinking that's going to happen. I think that he really is thinking to himself, let's not do that. Let's just spend time together. One thing leads to another, and you guys end up where you are. So, I mean, we're fighting hormones, we're fighting desire, we're fighting restraint. Like it's a whole like mixed bag of stuff, and I can totally understand why that's confusing. But you might have to kind of put your foot down to change the trajectory of this course and say, hey man, like you said you want to take it slow, then let's take it slow, because what you're doing is confusing me. And you can speak up for yourself and you can say that. The energy around the relationship is very fun, very playful, very much interested in one another. Page of Swords a lot of times makes me feel like he's paying a lot of attention to you as you are with him. Sometimes this indicates we're following each other on social media, we're watching what each other's doing, we are spending time like learning about each other, and it's just a very observant type of energy. What's hidden, we have the Ace of Swords. So this is talking about communication. This is talking about the need for clarity. And those are things that are hidden. We also have the Three of Wands as will the relationship be successful. So as of right now, to conclude your reading, will the relationship be successful with the Three of Wands? It does point towards yes. This is the card of growth and expansion, similarly to the Empress, but it's indicating that we're putting one foot forward and we are actually making active plans to try to see this through, to try to make this work. So I think his intentions are pure. I really do. I think that it's important to him that this go well this time around, but it's going to take kind of some trial and error, I think, to figure out that sweet spot, for what's going to work for you both. And that may be something that changes over time. But right now, it's going to take a little bit of push and pull, a little give and take, a little from you, a little from him, for you guys to figure this out. So, Asen, if this person is that important to you and you really want to make it work, it may require some sacrifice on your side. But I think that it can work if you guys really want it to. You say you totally agree. Okay, good. Makes sense. Just getting on the same page, touch bases, but like, yeah, it's going to take effort, but I guess we should talk. You should, because the Ace of Swords was under what's hidden. And the Ace of Swords, like the Page of Swords is the energy around the relationship, which means it's more of an observant energy. It's like you're paying close attention to what he's doing, what he's saying, and he's doing the same with you. But Ace of Swords being what's hidden indicates that we're not really talking about things. We're more so trying to figure things out via signals, via like, unspoken affections and things like that. It's like you're trying to figure out what's going on with him in every way possible, but actually having a direct conversation. And that is something that would probably be required. And I think if you're ready for that, I think this would be a good time to communicate that. Yeah, no, I don't think you're missing anything, Asen. I think that he would say to you, if he hasn't already, I'm enjoying spending time with you. What I don't want is just repeat history. And in my mind, I think taking it slow is like the best option. And at which point, I think you should say, totally, like that sounds good to me. But if we're taking it slow and we really are going to hold ourselves to that, I think that we should start off slow, just go out and spend time with each other as friends. But I think as far as intimacy goes, maybe that should be put on hold for now and see what he says to that. He might even agree. But I think the thing is that at the end of the day, he is a man, and he is a man that's attracted to you. And I think if the opportunity presents itself, it's going to be very hard for him to say no. Yes, and definitely have that conversation if you're ready for it. Hey, lovely. Welcome in, friend. Thank you for the donation. Hope you had a good weekend. I did. I had a good weekend. It was a lot of fun. We took my nephew out to my niece's birthday. They were born the same year, my niece and my nephew. They're not related. They're related by marriage. It's technically my husband's by blood niece and my by blood nephew, but they were born the same year and they always go to each other's birthdays and holidays and they see each other because my husband's really close to his sister and I'm really close to my sister. So they basically call each other cousins, which is really, really cute. And I guess technically that's what they would be if we had to put a title on it. But she had a birthday party at a bowling alley and they had like an arcade and stuff. So he got out of the house, he got to be treated super special. He ate pizza and chicken tenders and fries, ice cream, cake, bowling, arcade. My husband won him a stuffed animal from the claw machine. I mean, he was having the time of his life. And my sister was just so happy because, like she just had my niece this week. And she was like, he really needed to get out of the house and just have some fun. He's been cooped up in the house all day. And I just like really wanted him to get out. So went and did that, and my niece just had the best birthday. She just was having a blast as well. That was Saturday, and my husband met my niece for the first time since she was born. So that was really sweet for him to see her in person. But Sunday was a very chill day, which we were so busy on Saturday. That's why I didn't go live. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. You're welcome, Asen. Have a great night. Yeah, it was definitely a good time. It's just been so busy. Like, I feel so tired. I feel like I need a nap. But the problem is that I take a nap and then I wake up and I'm still tired. How was your weekend, lovely? Did you have a good weekend? You went to a PR fest you had in your city. You ran into so many people you knew in your hair clients. Wait, did they have really good food? Ah, are you the mayor? You're like, actually, I am. That's so funny. So lovely. Do you like rent a booth and just like kind of do your own thing? I wish we lived closer together because I don't necessarily want to like work in a salon again full time, but just to like assist someone with like foils, hair, like shampooing, hair cutting, whatever. If things get bad, like or like hectic, just like a right hand man. And my thing is I just don't want to go back full time, which I've already told you why. That's not something I want to do. But I think it would be just so much fun to kind of just like get back into it for like 10 to 15 hours a week. And like, I'm really good at it. I'm really good at what I do. Like, I really am. But it's just been a while. They did. There's a restaurant called El Coqui. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And they make delicious food. Oh my God, that sounds amazing. We don't have good Puerto Rican food where I live. There was a Puerto Rican restaurant like 15 years ago, and it's gone now. I can only find Puerto Rican food in my grandpa's kitchen. And sometimes I try to make it, but not as good. You rented a spot in a VIP section. Nice. That's why you're not in a shop. You have no idea how badly I need a right hand, especially when I do sweet 16s and weddings. Oh my gosh. I would love to. I've done weddings. Yeah, I mean, I'm really great at it, but we just don't live close enough together for me to do that. But yeah, I mean, I still keep up with it, you know, like I'm not working in a salon, but I cut my nephew's hair every month. I cut my husband's hair, I cut my own hair, color my own hair. I do highlights on my sister, cut her hair. My mom, she gets her grays covered up. She also gets highlights. Then I cut her hair a couple times a year. For a while there, I was doing like some friends, but I kind of dropped that off. But yeah, I mean, I definitely know what I'm doing and I pick up things quick. So there's certain trends I've noticed are starting to come back around, like the baby lights. And I've seen some people like the chunky highlights, like the Bratz dolls and stuff. That was really big when I first started in school. The whole balayage thing, that missed me. I was not in a salon during that time. I was in a doctor's office. But I'm pretty good at formulating, color correcting. Like I do a pretty good job even after all these years. But I've held a license for 15 years. And I would love to kind of ease my way back into something without feeling like I'm the one in charge. Good Puerto Rican food is hard to find. It is. I'm actually planning to order a hair mannequin that I want to use to practice. Balayage was hard for you to learn, but after doing it so long, you got it. Yeah. I missed that whole thing. But you know, like it's funny too, because like you know how your algorithms are like catered to your interests and stuff. whenever I get on YouTube, if I'm scrolling through reels, they always have hair videos, like salon videos of them showing like different techniques and things, because I still like to brush up on it. But maybe you'll find someone, maybe you'll find a right hand person that, if you don't need someone full time, but you just need someone a couple hours a week just to kind of make the process smoother for you. I'm sure there's someone out there. I mean, you might even find an apprentice that doesn't even want to get paid. They just want some in salon experience. So that's also an option. Doing hair is so much fun. I'm not a fan of men's haircuts. I'm not bad at it. I'm good at it, but I'm not a fan of men's haircuts. My nephew is the only, and my husband. But my husband has long hair, so it doesn't really count. If it requires clippers, I'm not a fan. I hate hair splinters. I used to have hair stuck in my hands all the time, in my legs. No. If you want your hair cut and you're a woman with shoulder length-ish hair that doesn't require clippers or longer, and you want color correction, blonding, whatever, I'm your girl. But I just can't. I don't think I could ever work at a barbershop. I worked at Supercuts. I was a manager there, and we did so many men's haircuts, and I hated it. Not that I was bad at it, I just hated it. Exactly. While I shuffle for your reading, lovely, what's like your favorite thing to do in the salon? Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, we do, with my nephew, we do something called half haircuts. So every other haircut that I do is a full clipper cut. I just go fade down to a 1, because my sister likes his hair really short, because then I don't have to cut it as often. But then we do something called a half haircut, where basically I take clippers to his hair and scissor cut the top a little bit and blend it all together. That way it's off his ears and his neck. And he can kind of do that cute little like Jensen Ackles haircut for a little bit. And then we go back to buzzing it. But it really does kind of help with maintenance, because the half haircuts don't take as long, and it kind of makes it easier to style. But yeah, I mean, he's the only person I'm clipper cutting. Coloring and cutting, same. Oh, extensions are fun. You know what? That's something I haven't done in a long time either. And they have come a long way since I was in school. So I feel like that would also be a whole nother thing to learn. All right. Get your cards pulled here. What does he want to say to you? Oh my gosh. Lots of dark cards today. Oh, the easiest are tape-ins? Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I would say blonding is probably my favorite. And color corrections. I love when someone comes in with like a mess and I can fix it and make it look so much better before they leave. I love fixing haircuts. I like and color correcting is a lot of fun. for lasting ones, do the tape-ins. Are those also like not damaging on your hair? Because I've heard like so many rough things about extensions. It can be fun and painful. You're right. You're so right. It can be excruciating, like take hours and hours and hours and hours or multiple sessions. But there's nothing like fixing something where someone was completely in like tears over what has happened to them and they walk out feeling like a brand new person. I love getting creative and problem solving. That's like one of my, I think problem solving in general is very fun for me. Someone has an issue, how can I fix it? That's like my favorite thing to do. But I like thinking outside the box. I love the idea of someone having a problem and me being like, how can we fix this for you? How can we make this better? Love. Tape-ins are good on the hair. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I was always curious about that. Yes, color is just so much fun. And I love how everyone kind of has their own specialty as well. So it's like some people are really great at blending, some people are really good at color correction, some people are really good at fades, some people are really good at braids. You know, it just, I love how everyone kind of has their own special thing that they do. Yeah, the full transformations, those are so much fun. I watch those a lot on online. Oh, this is really weird. I got the tower and then I got the lightning bolt charm. Well, I hope the Puerto Rican fest was good. I hope you had a lot of fun. It sounds like it's a lot of fun. We don't have anything like that near where I'm at, unfortunately. Oh my goodness. What do you want to say? You know what song is coming through right now? Aladdin. I Can Show You the World. That's the song that's channeling right now for me. A whole new world. You haven't heard that in a minute, but that's what's funny is I've been watching Disney. You have? Oh, that's so funny. Oh, it was the first time they did the fest, but it was a good time. Good. I'm glad you had a good time. Wow, that is funny. What are the odds? Hmm. Mhm. So just a quick disclaimer. I realize my stylus that I'm writing with is battery's running low. I gotta get it charged. It is working, but there might be like when you're reading it, there might be like certain like parts where you're like, wait, I don't know how to explain this. I'm trying to explain. Basically, like if you were to draw a line, there's like missing pieces of that line because the battery is running low. But you should still be able to make out what everything is saying. And like in certain places where it would be a little confusing, I have gone back over it and rewrote over it. And then, of course, I'm going to read it out loud to you. So if there's anything you can't make out, you'll have this video. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. I'm so interested in what he has to say today because I have this sad feeling today and it was a bit overwhelming. Almost felt like it didn't belong to you. Yeah, what's interesting, Lovely, is the cards are very quiet, almost like he's in deep thought. The message wasn't negative, which is interesting because I thought maybe it would be just because it's like the Four of Swords, the Tower, the Moon, but those are also cards of epiphany and relaxation and introspection too, you know, and the death card is like transformation. So I was like, oh, maybe this is like a darker place for him right now. And maybe it was, maybe the sadness is that longing for you. But luckily, the message wasn't too dark. It was more hopeful, more excited about what's to come. Now, something that I was picking up on, which I'll tell you after I read it. So he says, I want you to see a whole new side of me. I want to carry your load and take you places that you want to go. I keep imagining Paris or somewhere known to be romantic like Rome. And it's funny because I was like, he just keeps rhyming, which was hilarious. He says, I don't want you to feel like you're doing this alone. Tell me, wait, why does this rhyme? I want you to see a whole new side of me. I want to carry your load and take you places that you want to go. I keep imagining Paris or somewhere known to be romantic like Rome. I don't want you to feel like you are doing this alone. I want to be there for you and make your life better. I can see us having kids one day. That's also been something I have been thinking about and what we would name them. I just hope in a year from now I can look back on this time and feel good at how far I've come and hope you are alongside of me. I want to feel like this time apart meant something. So that's what he has said. Now, I do want you to know that the kids thing was coming through really strong today. And it wasn't even in the cards that I felt this way. It was just in the channeling itself. And I think he wants to name his kid or your kids even like after a location. Like I think he likes the style of like location based names. So like he likes the idea of naming his kid Rome or Paris or maybe a rendition of Rome like Roman or something like that. Like he likes that, and that was coming through. And I just want to let you know that might be on the baby list name for him. That's funny though. You said he can't stop laughing. That makes so much sense because I randomly thought about some good combos we had. Oh, that makes me happy. But yeah, so he might like location-based names for his kids. You're gonna have twins, a boy and a girl. You know what? These days, you can guarantee that that's going to happen. You have to make the embryos, obviously, but you can guarantee that you'll have twins. Yeah, so there might be like other places that he likes those names, but those are like the things that are coming to mind. I feel like he's, you know, especially with that channeling of that song, you know, where it's like, I want to show you a whole new world. I want to just basically go where we want to go and see things and feel free. And like essentially that's what that card is like, or that song is like, let's just go and be free. And like, let's not worry about what other people have to say. But yeah, so I don't know, Roman, Paris. I'm trying to think here. Let me Google. I'm actually curious now. Location-based baby names. Aspen, Florence. I'm trying to think. Cairo. I don't know, just like something kind of cool like that. Like I feel like he wants, you know, like kind of a cool name. But here's the thing, I feel like he likes the idea of you have heard it before, but you've never heard it as a name before, or if you have, it's not very common. He knows you love to travel. You believe you told me you wanted to go to Paris. He definitely knows I'm a romantic lover girl. So maybe that's what I'm channeling is like him being like, I want to take you places that you said you wanted to go, you know? That's cute. That's kind of fun too that resonates from a conversation you've had as well. Greece would also be a really cool place. Santorini. You thought of a girl named Violet Rose. That's so pretty. Yeah, okay. I'm like not pulling I feel like I'm pulling locations from what you guys talked about. Mykonos, Santorini, those are like really beautiful places. I feel like you have the same list as me. One place I really want to go is Switzerland. I feel very, very called to Switzerland. We could look astrocartography. Lovely if you ever wanted to do that. Look, because sometimes people will have like past lives in those locations. There's a lot of concentrated energy. I haven't done astrocartography reading in a while, but there could be reasons why you're called to certain places, which is really cool. Your nephew gave you what name? Amy, your Cash App isn't working. Well, dang. I'm sorry. I'll be back tomorrow. Do you want to try tomorrow? Yeah, we should do that one day. That would be fun. I'm sorry, Amy. We'll check back in with me tomorrow, okay? And we'll see if we can do something then. Oh, he gave you Violet Rose. Oh, that's so cute. um my nephew is so funny. My sister was like, "What do you want to name our baby?" And he was like, "If it's a girl, Taylor Swift," which was just so funny to me. But he said, "Oh my God, my husband would remember these names that he has pulled out of his head." It's like, oh, Elemental. He wants to name the baby Elemental. Um, oh my God, if I think of the rest of them, I'll tell you. But they are so funny. I'm like, where are you going with this? He either picks like a really basic name like Charlie or Jack or Henry or Benjamin, or it'll be like Elemental or like Optimus Prime or something like that. He's so funny. My sister was like, "We're not naming your sister Taylor Swift." Oh. He's goofy. You had Violet and he said Rose for the middle name. That's so cute because that's like two flowers. You'll try again tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry, Amy. I'm sorry you're going through it, girl. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh my gosh, the names that he's chosen. I have to text you. I'm going to talk to my sister and my husband, and I'm sure they'll remember. And then I'll tell you because they're just so funny. But it's names like that. It's names like Elemental, this or that. He got a stuffed animal on Saturday from the claw machine, and he named him Dragon Knight. And he's also told my sister that he's not supplying grandchildren to her. She's like, "You don't want kids?" And he's like, "No, heck no. Absolutely not." He does not want children. And he's been asked this question multiple times and he's adamant about not wanting kids. So that's also hilarious to me. I was like, "Well, Rachel, hopefully Quinn gives you baby, grandchildren, because looks like Nathan is not procreating when he gets older." Oh my God. Aren't nephews and nieces the best? They're the best. That's adorable. My grandma's name, her nickname is Iris. So that's another pretty flower name. But anyways, Lovely, you're very welcome for your channeling. Thank you for the donation. I won't hold you up too much longer. I think I'm probably actually going to sign off here because I think that's where my night's going to end. It is pretty. It is. Her name is Delmira, but she goes by Iris. But I told her that if I ever have a girl, then I'll probably either take the Del part of her name or the Mira part. So Mira will probably be like the middle name. And Del is like a big name in our family. Like my grandma's side, her mom was Adela. Her dad was Delis. She is Delmira. Her sister was Adelisa and Delia. So like DEL is like in a lot of the names. That's also something I've considered as well, just to like pass on like a family name. But I also really like the name Iris as well. Yeah, Iris is pretty. Okay, have a good night, Lovely. I'll talk to you later. All right, guys, that's actually, I'm going to call it myself. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the evening, but I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back with free reads. I will see you then. Bye, girl. Have a good night.